Hi, my name is Mark, and today I'd like to show you a game called Fall of Lumen from Twoid Games. Thanks, publisher, for sending the game for review. And this is a strategy, deck building, tableau building, area movement, fantastic game for 1 to 4 players. You can say this is a sequel to the previous game from the same publisher, Legends of Void, but the mechanics and the gameplay here is different than in the previous game, but they share the same universe. Today we will do the unboxing. I want to show you how the game looks like inside, because there are a lot of cool components and beautiful artwork on the cards and all the components. And again, just like always, in the future I will make another video where I will tell you how to play the game. I will tell you my opinion on this game. This game is for 1 to 4 players, so of course you can play this game solo. Today we will do the unboxing, and the next video will be coming soon. So let me show you what's inside Fall of Lumen. This is quite a heavy box, even though this is a strategy Euro deck building game, not a game with a ton of plastic and miniatures. The box is quite huge. This is the artwork on the cover, quite nice, very similar to previous game from the series Legends of Void. Okay, so what do you have inside? We have this looks like a scoring pad where you can track your victory points at the end of the game. Looks cool. It's printed in color here. Let me put it to the side. Now we have probably the player boards. I have not played this game. I also have not played the previous game from this series. So if I'm mistaken naming different things in this box, please forgive me. But this looks like player boards where you have place for your deck, discard cards, and a brief summary of round structure, some actions and stuff like this. Here we have the rulebook. This is not a light game, this is for sure. The rulebook has got 31 pages. But what's nice, at least for me, is that the lone hero mode, the solo mode, is just 1 page. So it's not that bad. There is another page called Heroes Alliance with 2 players cooperative mode. So it's great that the solo mode doesn't, at least it doesn't look that different from the base game. And here we have different scenarios and missions and cards and stuff like this. There's a lot of text, but I also see a lot of artwork and examples. So I hope it will not be very difficult to learn this game. I love that as I said, there is a lot of artwork and examples and stuff like this. Because the worst rulebook for me is just a plain rulebook with just text and very few examples. It's hard to learn games with rulebooks like this, and this one is colorful and looks tempting. This looks like a summary of different actions and things you can do in the game, different icons. So this is really cool. Probably if you know how to play the game, if you read the rulebook, you can just leave this help sheets on the table, and this should be enough to play the game and remember different things. So this is really nice. Now we have some punch boards. They are already almost punched out. And I'm not sure what this looks like. Some overlays that you place on the board, and you have to punch this out. You will place, from what I remember by looking at some photos, some wooden soldiers or characters inside, and then depending on the figures inside, they will change the cost of actions. I'm not 100% sure. Here we have some resources and some chests. Okay, cool. There are a lot of things in this box, because as I said, this is quite a complex deck building, tableau building, strategy game, but everything looks really nice. I have to say that when I saw some photos of the game and cards and elements, I really loved the art style. And you will see in a second, there are some wooden soldiers and some wooden components that reminds me of Dwellings of Eldervale, one of my all-time favorite games. So this is really cool. Wow, nice artwork. This is one of the boards, because the main board is divided into 2 parts. This is the Lumen, the city, this is the board, and then we have another board. Normally you should place those two boards together. You should join them, but combine them. But it's separated, so it's really cool if you have a smaller table or if you play solo like me, because if you have a very high game board, when I play solo, for me it's difficult to reach to the farthest areas of the board, and if the board is divided into two, it's easier to organize it somehow on the table to play in a very comfort way. So this is the main board. It's double-sided. I'm not sure why. Maybe one side is for one player count or for solo, and the other is for different player count. But it looks really nice. You have different areas, and here you will place all those cards and elements that you will acquire during the game. And now we have all the components, wooden components and all those cards. I will not open those bags because you can probably see what's inside. Different soldiers, different wooden components. They look really cool. As I said, they remind me of Dwellings of Elder Vale, the same style for your meeples. So they look really nice. Okay, even more wooden bits. This looks really, really cool. Some crystals, but a lot of elements. You have to organize everything. As you can see, there is no insert, just this cardboard. You can say cardboard insert, but no trace, anything. So you would have to organize everything probably in some bags. Okay, even more crystals and leaves, and some kind of riders. They probably represent your players. They are in player colors. Okay, this looks like flags. Cool. And now we have the card, because this is in a way a card game, a deck building game, so cards are very important, and there are a lot of cards. I have already opened them before because I made a Polish unboxing earlier, but as you can see, there are many different types of cards. Let me show you all of them. And those are different decks. They have most of the cards, they have the same artwork on the other side here, so you can get those cards and shuffle them together. But there are a lot of cards, but the artwork is really amazing in this game, and I have to say that this is the thing that caught my attention in the first place when I saw the photos of the game, because I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like all the cards, they have different artwork, and this is really, really nice. They even have some fluff text at the bottom, so even this is not a story-driven game. By looking at the artwork and reading the text, you can get to know the universe that the designers created. And as I said, this is the second game from the series, so you can guess that maybe in the future they will make even more game placed in the same universe. Racing Snail, really cool artwork. And those are different types of cards, and you can see the icons on the bottom left corner. They are kind of mixed and shuffled, so you will probably have to separate them before you play the game. Those cards are all placed together. Okay, so nice. Okay, really cool. So as you can see, a lot of cool cards. As always with my videos, you can expect another video in the future where I will tell you how the game plays, and I will tell you my opinion on this game, but you will have to probably wait until New Year, because Christmas are near, and I don't plan to spend Christmas holidays playing games and making videos and making and writing reviews. I want to spend the Christmas time with my family, so I will make the video about Fall of Lumen after the Christmas break, but I will try to play the game before Christmas because it looks so cool, really, really amazing. Let me know in the comments if you have played this game already, because the game is out for I think a few months, or if you played the previous game, because a lot of people say that this game feels a little like Lost Ruins of Arnak, but on steroids. And I remember that the previous game in the series, Legends of Void, a lot of people said that Legends of Void remind them of Terraforming Mars on steroids. So let me know in the comments if you have played those games. I have not played this one and I have not played the previous one, but if this one turns out great, I may try to get the first one as well. Okay, Void Pact and Lumen's Eye, those are the cards that will, you will get during the game, and they do nothing, they just take place in your deck. Okay. So many cards. This is crazy. Look at those decks. I will try to maybe combine them together so you can see how many cards you have in this game. This is crazy. And they all have different artworks, at least most of them, because I have not seen any double cards. Okay, let me try to put it like this. Here we have even more cards, this time smaller ones. Cool, okay. What's this? This looks like some items that you can get in the game. I really love fantasy theme in games, and fantasy is my favorite theme of games, and probably because I read a lot of fantasy books when I was young and I played a lot of RPG games when I was in high school. So I really love fantasy, and I'm really happy that this is like a, you can say, Euro game, strategy game, but set in a fantasy universe. For me, this is always a big plus. When I see fantasy and some, swords and magic, I'm already quite happy. And then we have even more cards, this time tarot size cards. These are the cards of different locations that you can choose in the game. The cool thing about this game is, from what I've seen on photos and I've seen some fragments of some videos on YouTube, this is cool because you have so many cards, but not all of those cards are in each game you play. So you have a lot of variety in this game, because these are, I think, the locations that you choose for your characters. And here you have, okay, let me show you. Here you have different characters that you can choose, and they give you different resources and different abilities. So with so many cards, if you don't use all of them in each game, and you just randomly, shuffle those cards and just take part of it, the game should be very replayable. Look at this artwork. This is really, really amazing. I'm not sure who did the artwork for this game, but this looks great. I have to say it's one of the prettiest fantasy games I have seen in a while. Really, really nice. And another huge stack of cards. So many of them. The only downside for me, for now, that I see is that you don't have any kind of insert or trace in this game, so you have to store everything in those bags. And this is always a little annoying because it makes the setup, and and when you want to put the game back after playing it, it takes usually a lot of time with games like this, where you have a lot of bits and components. Those are kind of, I don't remember how they are called, challenges or stuff like this. Really cool. Sandworms. So many cards, this is crazy. It also reminds me a little of a game called Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. It was also kind of a strategy, game. The art style reminds me a little of that game. Really, really cool. I'm really curious about this game. I have to say that when the game was on Kickstarter, I have not paid a lot of attention to it. But then when I saw the photos of the final game and, I saw how the game looks like when people play it, it looked amazing and I had to play it. So thanks for watching this video. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel. And again, I invite you to wait for the next video about this game, where I will show you how the game plays, and I will tell you more about the solo mode, but you have to wait until end of Christmas break. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye.